From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. The UN Human Rights Office is citing possible war crimes by Israeli forces and Palestinian armed groups in connection with a deadly raid by Israeli forces that freed 4 hostages over the weekend. Palestinian health officials say at least 274 Palestinians were killed in that operation. RCMP in southern Saskatchewan say alcohol was not a factor in a school bus crash yesterday that saw 9 children injured.
RCMP say the children are being treated for various injuries after the bus they were on collided with an SUV and rolled into a ditch around 3:45 Monday afternoon. The collision happened at an intersection of 2 gravel roads about 6.5 kilometers away from the town of Rockland, Saskatchewan. Police say the adult driver of the bus had minor injuries, while the 2 people in the SUV did not report serious injuries to officers. David Bowles, The Canadian Press.
The federal Conservatives are being forced to take a public stand on the Trudeau government's proposed changes to capital gains taxation. Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland laid down a tax gauntlet for the opposition yesterday. She tabled a standalone motion on the capital gains changes. It means the Conservatives will be forced to vote specifically on that measure later today. The policy has been unpopular among some groups, including doctors and small businesses. A tragic and rare accident has caused the death of a 6-year-old girl from New Jersey while she was on a beach vacation with her family in Maine. She died playing badminton. Police say Lucy Morgan was playing the game with her 10-year-old brother when the aluminum shaft from a racket dislodged from the handle and pierced Lucy's skull. She died from her injuries 4 days later. The father of a 15-year-old Ontario boy who was killed by a 200-pound soccer net says he's honored that a new provincial law is named for his son. Garrett Mills was killed when the structure fell on top of him in Napanee in 2017. Garrett's Legacy Act received royal assent last week. It establishes requirements for safe usage of movable soccer nets. Dave Mills says it's a huge honor for his son's name to be attached to that life-saving law.
The thought that maybe this will prevent, a similar accident from happening and another kid from experiencing, serious harm and another family from having to have their guts ripped out, as my wife so aptly put it a while ago, it's a great feeling.
And Edmonton is preparing to host games 3 and 4 of the Stanley Cup final, with the home team down 2-0 to Florida. Hockey fan Marella Alvis lived in Captain Connor McDavid's hometown of Newmarket, Ontario for years before recently moving to Collingwood. She says it was important to attend a Game 2 viewing party in Newmarket to support the Oilers superstar during his team's run for the Cup.
Our children grew up with him. Young hockey players look up to him. And Connor's the face of hockey. We have to be here.
Game 3 goes Thursday night in Edmonton. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Edmonton Oilers are down, but not out. Evan Rodriguez had 2 goals in the third period to lead the Florida Panthers to a 4-1 win over the visiting Edmonton Oilers Monday night in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup final. That leaves the Oilers down 2-0 as the series shifts to Edmonton for Game 3 Thursday. Oilers captain Connor McDavid says his team is up for the challenge.
It's exciting. It's another opportunity for our group to come together and dig our way out. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be difficult, and I'm excited to see what our group's made of.
Baseball action saw Colin Ray allow just 3 hits while working 7 innings to lead the Milwaukee Brewers to a 3-1 win over the visiting Toronto Blue Jays. And praise has been leveled on Canada's U Sports Athletes of the Year. Titles were awarded Monday to University of Montreal quarterback Jonathan Senecal and Laval sprinter Audrey Leduc in leading their schools to national titles. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.